guys. How's it going? Happy Friday. Oh, that's hot. Oh, I made that like really recently, and for whatever reason, I forgot. Oh, it's the second pot of that tea that I've had yet, so I thought it was still as warm as the first one, and it turns out that's not how that works. How are you guys doing? Is that Big Fire? Calarun. Blasphemer. Let's see. Double check that I've done this correctly. What's up, Jill? How have you guys been doing with Love is in the Air? Any rockets yet? Okay, we should be good. Because I can tell you that I certainly have not had any. I have tried it. So what, we're 3 days in? It started on what, Tuesday? So we've done it Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I guess 4 days in. I have done every single 110 plus character that I have, all of them. Plus, as of yesterday and today, I've actually started doing it on these two. On these two. Because they get huge amounts of experience. I should have saved it. I did it this morning. But I should have saved it for the stream just so I could show you guys like how huge of a chunk of experience you get for doing it on a lobby. Like, you don't get the chance at the mount, so if that's what you're after, that won't work for you. But it was like over half a level almost every time. On attempt 596, I wish you the best of fortune. Tune number 6 out of 12. Awesome stream yesterday. Thanks, Alexander. Switched to Shadow Priest from Holy at 114. Shadow Priest in general is rough while leveling and before gear. Once you get yourself to max level and get yourself a little bit of gear, you're going to do great. Hey, Joker, I see you have a special guest host this week. I don't know what that lay is that he's doing, but he seems determined to cut off his face. If he continues to be shy, then I may need to relocate his webcam. We have plenty of perfectly good fish that would enjoy a chance to hang out with you guys. And that's his cue to leave. Goodbye. No luck on the rocket. I'm so annoyed by people throwing hearts above my head, and it's not possible to take it off. Yeah, the quest progress. Have to start doing that in my lobbies. Yeah, no, it's like super fast, especially if you can heal or tank, and you're in the same queue as everybody else. Like, you'll get into a queue that has 120s and 110s in it, but you just get like a big chunk of experience. Dark Shore Warfront set. Yes, it is. I did that one this morning. I should really change. I feel like my schedule, I get up and I'm like, man, I'm going to drink my tea and plan my day and do like my daily stuff, which is like, some daily world quests that are like an emissary. And then, like a pet daily's up, so I have to do that on both characters. And then they're like, oh, it's a Warfront. I guess I'll do that. And it's like 10 o'clock and I'm like, wow, I should actually work. And then I don't play any WoW at the end of the day because I did it all in the morning and because I ran out of time and I had to finish something. I should probably just, like, leave it in the morning and do it later, but, you want to get it done. So I figured today could be a little more laid back. The event this week is just the Pet Battle week, and I don't have any intention of doing Pet Battle PvP for the stone. I have enough Ultimate Battle Training stones stocked up in my bank. I don't really need that. Oh, I didn't mean to log into that. Did not mean to log into that. So I figure what I could do instead is just, like, some alt leveling. Just some really chill, laid back. I've been recently my desire to level my Lightforged and my Dark Iron. This one is just holding a name. I've decided I don't know what race my second monk should be. I think I'm gonna have one, but I don't know what race. But it's not gonna be a Dark Iron. She's just holding the name. But my Warlock and my Paladin. Second Warlock and second Paladin, but we're not counting. I'm more excited to level these, and I think the reason why is I changed their transmog, so they look different now on my login screen, and I'm like, you know what? I should do that. So, since the Paladin is higher, I'll probably start with her, but the way I've been leveling her is I have been doing, I've been tanking dungeons. She's, as you can see from her stunning Stormwindy Alliance shield and one-hander, she is a Prot Paladin. And I'm sure I could quest and level through questing perfectly fine as Prot. They do reasonable damage. But, I think, it'll be nice if we can just, like, do a little dungeon tanking. So I figure I'll start with that. And then if I'm bad, which is possible, and it's like not going very well, then I can stop and switch to my warlock and then just go like do some questing or do some questing out in the world. But you know, I got some rested. So this is Hazel, or Hazel, because you know you gotta put extra letters in if you're gonna get the name. She has a golden dawn feather that I've decided is her companion. I feel like that suits a Lightforged Paladin quite well. Also, it's adorable. Love these things. Ugh. Warlords had some really underrated models. Also, I don't know how its neck supports its head without actually snapping. There's no way. And then her mount is the Blessed Fell Crusher, which appropriately enough is one of the mounts that came from the Lightforged faction Paragon caches. And so it's like it's one of the Lightforged Alex, which I feel like works real good for her. Hang on. Hey, Jokers. Up, Joe. Something up with the sound? Is something up with the sound? It does look a little loud. Here. Testing, testing. Hi, I'm Hazel. I'm 5'10", and my hair is purple. That seems better. It's a little low now. Test, 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 test. Test. Ooh, too loud. I don't know. I'll keep it there for now. Okay. Paladin Mog looks solid. This is the... I make mouth sounds when I'm thinking. This is the Trial of Style set. And it's the only set that I really have that looks anywhere half decent. The other sets, there's like the other Trial of Style set, which I don't like as much. This Fell-Forged Armor set, which I have never worn in my life. I don't know what class that suits, but it's not one that I know. And then I wasn't able to come up with anything that I liked from just like my scrap pieces. Although I could stick her in a dress. Jill, thank you for the incredibly generous super chat. Goodness. How do you remain motivated and not get discouraged when playing? I feel like I'm not good enough to play since I just love to quest alone. Love your videos. Thanks for being you. It depends on what I'm doing and how I feel about what I'm doing, because there's no wrong way to play the game. If what you enjoy is questing by yourself, that's a perfectly valid goal to have, and you can do that. And if you want to branch into other things and you feel like you're not doing well enough, just take it slow and do your best. I don't like as long as you're having fun, you're doing great. You know, it's a game. It's not supposed to be a job. It's I get that though. I definitely feel that. Sounds a bit low now. Okay, I'll scooch it back up to like 4, 4, 2. There we go. Try that. Hazel, have you gotten the Dwarf Heritage Armor yet? I like it so much. I have not, and I think that's the reason why I've redecided to spend some time leveling these guys, is because I think I do want to make it a goal to, at the very least, unlock Heritage Armor for all of the allied races, or at least the Alliance ones. I don't have any Horde allied races unlocked. I haven't even done the quest lines for Maghar I haven't even done the quest lines for Nightborn or High Mountain, despite the fact that I do meet the rep requirements, so I'm not too worried about that. I'm looking for my, oh, it's right here. I got it out earlier. I was looking for my lip balm. Hang on. Am I early to stream? You are so early that I'm not even live yet. I should probably still be just like snacking and what else do I do before I stream? Moving my camera around, tripping over my cable. Oh, my doggy. Look at him. Look at him. He gets like so deep into that bed and he doesn't fit. He'll do that thing that he's doing right now, and then as he falls asleep, his head will like ooze out of it, and then he'll just like slowly migrate across the bed that's on his right there, or on our right there. It's like a glacier melting. He'll just slowly ooze over to one side. Anyways, I'm gonna tank some dungeons, or at least one. I should, let's temper expectations. I'm going to tank at least one dungeon. I could just random queue it, but I feel like instead I could go with you guys. So I don't really know what the rules are anymore for what levels are allowed to participate. But I think as long as you're over 20 and under 60 and Alliance and North America, you should be able to come with me. So I'm going to make a pre-made group. Title's going to be called Hi, I'm Hazel. I'm going to do a random queue, is what I'm going to do. So it's going to say Blackrock Depths, where I hope we're not doing Blackrock Depths. And we're looking for 3 DPS and a healer. And if this doesn't work, because I know I'm sure not all of you have leveling characters, if this doesn't work, then I can just random queue. But, so I am going to be, so there's a healer, there's a DPS, because I am most certainly tanking. It's going to go delightfully well. And then we just need 2 more DPS. I need to stream then. I need to stream then. I need to stream then. What did I say? What was that in response to? I was talking about what I do before stream. And I was like moving my camera to get the dog. Oh, do you mean when the dog's asleep? I've completely forgotten what I was saying. I mostly play solo and I love hunting pets. On occasion do dungeons and raids for pets or leveling alts. Also trying to get the perky pug. That's a good one. I'd say you can put costumes on him, and he remains to date the only pet that you can, I think, put costumes on. Like the Falcosaur pets have the toys. You can put a backpack on your Falcosaur hatchling, which is underrated. And there we go. So glad I could get you guys to join me. I apologize in advance for my tanking skills, of which I do not have any. But that's quite alright. Looks like we're going to get 45k experience, 1 gold 35, a satchel of decidedly unhelpful goods, and this better be an instant queue, because that's how that works. So I'm a paladin. I'm going to do paladin stuff. I don't know if my talents are correct, but they're the ones that I have. Ooh, Skalmots. Have I done the quest in here? Because there's like books that you need to get. I must have done the quest because I don't see anything. If I am making life too difficult for anybody, just yell at me. I may clear too much trash. That is a known defect in the latest model of Hazel. She clears a lot of trash, partly because I'm afraid of pulling it by accident, partly because I don't especially know where to go. So to make it look like I know what I'm doing, I just pull something and then I'm like, yeah, we're fighting it. But you know, this is a leveling dungeon, so that's okay. We're just getting experience. My talents, I have this one, where Avenger Shield bounces more, which is good because I pressed that button. And then Crusader's Judgment gives me more judgment, and I get to Hodge lots, which is great because I get to Hodge lots because, you know, Hodge works on a whole sorts of things. I discovered this week that Hodge works on, let me see, I know that you want to be like a little careful in this room because there's a lot of stuff and you can pretty easily get too much of it. So I'm going to use a block of shield charge. This pink bar underneath my character right here. I'm also going to pop the bubble thing and then my heal. That pink bar is my shield of the righteous. That's what they call it. I was going to say shield block. That's a warrior thing. That's my weak core tracking my uptime on that. And I don't think at this time there's any way I can get 100% uptime, but it's at least good to know when it is. Because I used to have a bad habit of just like mashing that button. It's on a really accessible keybind for me, so I tend to just like click it because, you know, I see I have a charge that I could use, and it's not necessarily the best thing. Let's see. Will those other neophytes pull with this one? No. I want one more thing. You, get over here. Oh, nope, you brought friends. That's fine. We're good. The, Light of the Protector. I'm never, ever, 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 getting my words together. I'm never going to remember the names of paladin abilities. I swear they just put a bunch of really holy sounding stuff in an actual blender. Like they write them down on physical scraps of paper and then they take a blender, put them in there, they make a bunch of paper mush, and then they go, you know, Light of the Holy Righteous Crusader, and that's like your new spell. None of them mean anything. But Light of the Protector, which I know because I moused over it, I heals for a ton, and it like, it's what, every 15, 16 seconds? That's insane. I can just like full heal myself 4 times a minute. Hazel, my Kirby, has gone to the big stream in the sky. I hope your Fleta is doing better. Oh, I'm sorry. That really sucks. That's rough. Fleta's doing okay for now. I still don't have, I'm still kind of resigned to the fact that whatever he has is probably not going to, he's probably not going to beat it. Like, I don't think that he's going to just like one day wake up and be fine. I think it's just a question of how long we have with him. and how long he can live with it and how long he can live with it comfortably. But for now, he's doing pretty good. I'm gonna pick him up this weekend. I think tomorrow, if we can get out. I want to get him some frozen, or live if they have it, but frozen Daphnia. That might... It probably won't help, but I want to at least know that I tried everything for him. So many computer issues, curse you, cyber power. Ooh. I've had in the past, I don't know if it was cyber power or iBuy power. I don't think it matters. I think they're the same people. I don't know. I've had really hit and miss results from them. Like, I feel like if you're going to buy a pre-built, most of the places are as good as any of the other ones. And I like that they let you specify each component, because the big problem with getting a pre-built, just like a Dell desktop off the shelf at Best Buy, is that a lot of the components in there, like, sure, it says you've got 32 gigabytes of RAM, but they probably bought 32 gigs of the cheapest no-name brand from China that they could possibly find. And maybe it'll work fine, but maybe it won't. And you can, at least with those custom building places, you can specify the brand and, like, the model of everything. And that you can go for the cheaper stuff if you want. Like, you still have that choice to save that money, but it's very transparent, so... I find they're reasonable value, although I will say that every time I've seen one, they always arrive with something that's just, like, not plugged in. Like, something, I guess, comes unplugged during shipping or whatever, but you still have, like, I've had to open them up and, like, oh, hey, this graphics card's unseated, or this RAM stick fell out. It's just been rattling around the case. That's probably not good. Every time. Okay. Speed of light. Hope your gaming goes well. It's 12 a.m., so I'm heading to bed. Have a wonderful stream. Have a wonderful weekend. Void Elf got to WoD content like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I'm still on it because it's so boring. I am a little bit not looking forward to leveling through the higher level stuff. Like, 1 through 60 is pretty good because you've done this so many times, or at least I have. But especially Warlords leveling. Every time that I did Warlords leveling, when I was, like, in... WoD, you know, I have all of those 110s and I leveled them during Warlords, and I did it with, like, the XP pot. Should I, like, clear a little more of this stuff, or are we good? I did it with the XP pot combined with flying around and collecting the treasures. That's how I leveled. And I don't think that's still a thing. I don't 100% remember. Can I stun this boss? That's probably not gonna work, huh? A for effort. Nice thought. Oh, should I be looking in the dungeon journal and thinking about my decisions? Because I'm just kind of, like, tanking everything like it's patchwork. As long as I have Egger on it and I'm not dead, I'm considering myself to be doing a good job. Those are my only criteria. I'm not timing my mitigation for anything. I'm not facing them a particular way. Here, we'll face her this way. And then people can hit her in the back so that they're... I mean, I guess nobody has a dagger in the back. That's probably not a thing. Remember when Pallies had no ranged attack and they had to get the boomerang to range pull mobs? That must have been a while ago. Like quite some time. I don't remember that. Obviously, I'm a Wrath baby, so I don't remember a lot of things. But I guess we are going to have to pull these skeletons. That's okay. Yeah, I pally tanked in Kata, and I definitely had Avenging Shield. It's one of my favorite buttons. I can dispel my own... Yeah, I can take off my disease stacks. That's nice. I like that. I don't especially tank, as I'm sure you can tell, but if I'm gonna tank, I always prefer Pally. I don't really know why. It just makes the most sense to me. You've got, like, all the healing, you've got all the shields, like Demon Hunter and Death Knight tanks. I understand that they work, but in my brain, I'm like, you don't have a shield. Like, what are you even blocking with? You know, at least a bear is a bear, right? And then warriors are fine, but with a warrior, because I'm sure they do have self-heals, but I don't know what they are, and I don't know how they justify them lore-wise. So I like to be self-sufficient, or at least have the option of being self-sufficient, especially because my guild is certainly not letting me within 10 feet of tanking anything, for very good reason, and also I wouldn't ask to. So I would be pugging. Like, if I was gonna tank, like, a raid or something, it would be a pug raid. And I'd like to have the option to heal myself, just in case, you know, sometimes you need to. Should I go faster? Do I need to, can I pull multiple bone weavers? I think that they don't like to move. So, one at a time, they'll probably work just fine. It's still a thing. I leveled 2 weeks ago through WoD by treasure hunting. Oh, that's good then. It's not like I have a problem with the Draenor quests. They're excellent, actually. The questing and leveling content in Draenor was top-notch. Really, really good stuff. A little too on rails. Like, they got away from that a little bit, moving into Legion and BFA. Like, the Warlords content, I think, was the height of them doing, like, a very structured, you go here, and then here, questing experience. But the zones were all gorgeous, and the quests were really well done. I just don't have practice with them, because I never had to do them past the first time. Warlords leveling without flying? I am blessed enough to have unlocked flying back during VoD, so I would have access to that, which is nice. I'm excited that sorry, I know I'm talking just to myself a lot. It's because I don't trust myself to read chat too much while I'm tanking. I'm excited that on the 7th Legion service medal vendor, for like, what, 5 medals or something like that? Maybe even less. Maybe it's 1 medal. I don't remember. But for a small amount of medals, you can buy experience flasks, experience potions for your alt. And I think they're like 110 plus. I think they're for 110 to 120. Not 100%. Let's face them this way. That's probably just like a good general practice, right? Like facing the boss away from the group. Just, I mean, later on, I know a lot of things are going to frontal cleave. Oh, click on a bone pile. Yes, I should do that. That's a good idea. There we go. I'm a Death Knight now. There we go. DHs and DKs block with their bodies. See, that sounds like it hurts. That sounds like not something that I want to do. Do I still have? Yeah, we got 5 minutes. Okay. It's only a single bone spell, though. And it looks like Bone Spike is actually randomly cast, because I do definitely still have aggro. This guy. Monks get drunk. That's how they mitigate damage. I was Brewmaster tanking for a bit. That's like my second favorite tank, I think. I think if I was going to rank them just in terms of my own personal enjoyment, it would be Paladin, Brewmaster, then Warrior, because I did that a bit too. And then the rest of them, I guess Druid would be after that, Bear Druid. And then you've got like DH and DK, neither of which I've ever really tanked on. I tank on them for, well, I don't have a DH, but I tank on my DK for Love is in the Air. And I have no idea. I'm just like looking over my buttons being like, there's runic energy, and there's also runes, and there's like blood plague, but like everything gives blood plague, and I'm just no idea. I'm just like running around being like, I know how to put down death and decay. Go me, woo! Thank goodness that Apothecary Hummel is not very dangerous, because otherwise there's be a lot of people that don't like me very much. Warriors heal themselves through pure toughness. Ignore pain always just struck me as such a grim ability to have. Like, I get it, and I guess it's a cool class fantasy. I just, like, it secondhand hurts me. Like, it's not that you don't feel it, it's that you're just, like, ignoring it. And, you know, ignore pain is how a lot of people let medical conditions progress too far when they really should have just gone to the doctor. The dog bed oozing has begun. It has. I'm surprised that he is falling asleep. Normally, if his schedule is upset in any way, he's just kind of on edge all day, but he seems to have chilled right out. Flying, I should really learn this. Every time somebody asks me, I think it's 8-2. I'm somewhat certain that it's 8-2, but not 8-1-5, I think. XP pots are for all levels, not only from 110 to 120. Oh, that's nice. I should, if it gets hard, like right now, I wouldn't necessarily want to use them, especially because I am still farming service medals for stuff. You know, I want the ring. I'm at like 200, so I want the ring. I want the mounts. I want everything. So it's going to take me a while before I like don't need service medals anymore. And also, this leveling goes real quick. I have been spending very little actual time in game, and I think the last like 5 or 6 levels have gone by like nothing. Okay, dungeon journal. Who's this? Is this a boss fight? Tanks. What do I do? Oh, there's no overview. I have to actually look at the abilities. That's no fun. I just want the overview that it's like, use mitigation before she uses bite you with her big teeth, or like, you know, face her away from the group when she's going to do her cone spit, you know, like ladies do when they're mad. Ignore pain is my constant mood. Demon Hunter tank has an attack that does damage but heals her. DH have lots of lifesteal. Radio show. This is my radio show. You're listening to it. This is it. This is what it is. And it's good because it's just my stream. So like there's nobody to be like, Hazel, that was terrible. You should feel bad about yourself if I have an off stream. Cause like, you know, it's just my stream. So I guess I'm the boss. It's good. I forgot that I had dialogue on and I'm kind of enjoying it. Good evening, Hazel. Cheer up. Any guess on 815 betting on February 26th, March 5th? Let's see. I'm still leaning towards March. I'm still leaning towards, I think March 5th is a good bet. Maybe even the week following. But that might also be just me projecting because I am not ready yet. I have 4 or 5 videos that I am excited to make about 815 on the PTR. And I just haven't gotten to them yet. And they're not even the next thing I'm doing. So I need to make some time. I think I might need to get back into, I used to do half weekends, and I think I might do that again. It was working. Lately, I've been taking 2 days off for each weekend, but I think like I can't quite keep up with videos, and it's not like it's not like there's the bosses like Hazel, you're fired. But ideally, my ideal plan is to have 3 videos a week plus the vlog, so 4. The day with no video would be Tuesday, where there's the stream and the VoD. And then, of course, the Friday stream. And that's, like, the dream. And I know I can do it is the frustrating thing. Like, if it was too much work and I was trying to push myself too hard, I would know. And I would just, like, not. But I know I can do it. I just haven't been. So I'm looking for changes that I can make that'll actually make that happen. Cerberus, thanks for becoming... Oh, gosh. Hang on. I'm pressing all of the buttons. Thank you for becoming a member. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. Appreciate the support. What does this do? Oh, that's Light's Judgment. That might help. And then there's my heal. What other buttons will help? I press Divine Protection. I don't want to bubble, right? Because bubble will just make them hit everybody else, and that doesn't help anybody. I can heal myself. I hope you enjoy the stream and your emotes. That sound issue is frustrating me. I am thinking it's a YouTube issue because it doesn't come through on my recordings and because it is intermittent for different people. And if you haven't come to it's sticking in my craw, as you might say. Also, I'm kind of like in the back of my head looking for excuses or like a good excuse to switch because I don't want to switch, but I also don't not want to switch. I'm curious as to whether we could do better if we were on Twitch. Still need to get Horde rep, but my Horde alt's item level is so bad. It's hard to play both factions. Do you guys actively keep up with both factions, like gear and raid and gold on both sides? Because I totally get having alts, especially to experience the story of the opposite faction. That's like I totally get that, especially now in this expansion. But like keeping up with it, ooh, I don't think I've ever done that. I've always like had a side. February 26th is when they open the last LFR wing. Don't see them launching 815 till a couple weeks after that. Yeah, I'm guessing like mid-March, like second or third Tuesday of March would I think be all right. I like playing Pallies a lot more than I like the class fantasy. You don't like the Pally class? Oh, do I? Hang on. It told me what I needed to do and I wasn't listening. I've been assigned to learn a harsh lesson. Do I have to just defeat these and then the gate will open? Let's see. Yeah, okay, that worked. I thought I could just like ignore them and go anyways. I'm all the way over here. I thought that it put you on the bottom. Can I jump off this? Oh, I can. That's nice. I was absolutely expecting an invisible wall there. Okay. Congrats, guys. I got some shoulders that I can't wear because of my, hang on. That's so much experience. Because I just leveled. Did I not just level, like, during the fight? I swear I leveled mid-fight. Hang on. What level was I when I started? I don't know. I'm 48 and, like, you know, I was 47 and I leveled. And then we finished the dungeon and all of a sudden I'm almost 49. That's so fast. Okay, so I'm going to do another one. You guys are welcome to stay. To stay or dip as needed. I'll give people a second to decide if they want to stay. I have a druid in both factions, 2 mains, 1 on each side. Ooh. Do you raid with 2 guilds? Do people do that? Focus on 1 to 2 characters. Let's see. 10 allies and 2 horde. Play Lance almost exclusively. No horde above 100. Keep some alliance characters up and running. Do you think we'll get a Bwomsamdi patch later on? Bwomsamdi. I don't know why I give him an extra M in his name. No. Well, no. I mean, I could always be wrong because I just guess. Everything that is said on my stream comes directly out of my butt. But the, I think that most of Bwomsamdi's stuff was this patch, like with his involvement in the Battle of the Tsar lore. We don't need everything. I'm gonna try and take 2 packs. I'm gonna try and grab these guys and these guys, although this might be a poor idea that was born from how I normally pull this dungeon when I am, I'll press some cooldowns, when I do transmog runs. Maybe I should take this 1 pack at a time. I will take this, oh no, I bought myself, I'm sorry. I will take this into consideration. Hang on, let me get that guy back. Come back, come back. Oh no, my bad, I won't do it again. I'm sorry. Let's see. Why can't I pick up aggro? I am AoEing with all of my might. They're all yellow. There we go. There we go. All right. I'm going to be a 1 pack at a time kind of tank from now on. You know, it's important to know your limits. Your same thing up Prot Belly. I was just, you know, I feel like that's a paladin thing. It's just like overwhelming amounts of completely baseless confidence. Oh boy. Got kicked out of an alliance group because I said all my other characters were horde. Ooh. That is rough and unfair, but I'm not gonna lie to you, I kind of admire their conviction. Like that's some RP. But yeah, no, totally not fair. Yeah, I would say spoilers for 815 are allowed in chat. I don't maybe avoid talking about the story of it if there's story stuff going on, but like features and you can share your feelings on the Culturan dances. Have you guys seen those? Oh my goodness. They were on the front page of MMO Champion recently, and all I can say is that I hope they're not done. Like, there's just not enough of them. Maybe I just didn't watch long enough. I thought I watched the whole video. But every dance that I saw, hang on, I need to kick that heel. I didn't, and I should have. Every dance that I saw had like 2 moves that they would do, and that was it. I swear the original dances had more than that. And it looks stale real quick when there's only 2 things that go back and forth, and they're like really repetitive. They're silly, but that's fine. They're supposed to be silly. Can't decide if I want to level my High Mountain Tauren Warrior or a Maghar Orc Warrior. Ooh, if it's gonna be a tank, I would go Tauren, and if it's gonna be a DPS, I would go Orc, cause like, and this is just my own subjective opinion about like the feel of the races, but I feel like an Orc DPS warrior is such a thing. Like you've got in early trailers, you've got Orc warriors like fighting off, like battling alliance characters. I don't even remember what, because they weren't as memorable as the Orc warrior and like his huge shoulder armor and like his grunting and stuff. Like that's really cool. But a Tauren is just so big that I feel like they make a lot of sense as tanks, because 1, they're huge. I don't remember what their ratios are, so I don't know if they're any good for that, like the High Mountain ones. And secondly, because you're so huge, you know, it's easier for your group to find you in order to follow you, because, you know, you're huge. You're so tall. It's the big problem with gnome tanks, is like, how is anybody ever supposed to watch where you're running? I'm gonna, kick the Witch Doctor. I'm also gonna pop a cooldown because this is a big old pole. I should move Bop to a button because I am pretty sure that I don't want to bop myself because I think that drops aggro and I'm not supposed to do that. You can get over here. I don't have quite enough kicks, but I think it's okay. If we end up having problems with, like, I've pulled too much and they're all healing, I can mark kill targets, and that should fix that problem. Look at that guy just, like, over there. Just, like, leaving to live his life. He's gonna go to Pandaria and fix up Sunsong Ranch? No. Is it Sunsong Ranch? What's the ranch called? I'm gonna heal myself. I'll stun the witch doctor, but not until she tries to heal. I'll get her. I'm onto you. I'm watching. I'm waiting. Alright, she's given up. She wants a career change. I'll just do this one. Taurens get bonus stamina. I know the regular Tauren do, but they were specifically asking about High Mountain Tauren, and I don't remember what their racials are, aside from, like... Are they the ones that get extra meat and leather when they, like, loot and skin things? Is that High Mountain? I thought it was. Oh, I got the chicken quest. I remember doing that. That was, like, one of the original, like, wild goose chases for a pet. You would, like, get the, you'd get the chicken beacons from these different dungeons and then take them to assemble your mechanical chicken. Use Mr. Smith's compass and the Vrykul drinking horn. Is Mr. Smith's compass the one that makes everybody really big? I've been trying to remember which toys make your character bigger that persist through combat, because there's some fights in Raid that I just, like, I love being a gnome, but there are some fights in Raid where I am too short and I'm not visible enough, and would prefer to have a toy active that fixes that problem. When I have my Gnome DK out, I'm usually running around with a Draenei Warrior, so follow him. High Mountain make the best tank sword side. They have a versatility bonus and a line stun. Sick. Do that then. That sounds like a great idea. Bopping doesn't drop aggro anymore. Try it. Okay. Well, that one's leaving. He's still aggroed, but like they are hitting other people, so I don't know if I trust that. Also, she's just running away. Sunsong Ranch. I thought it was something like that. I ruined my my memory of farm names when I played Stardew Valley, because like I started so many farms and started them over again and like did different runs, and I could never like name. I was never very good at naming my farms, and I think some like that. I always tried to give them like generic kind of cute get the word names. I'm sorry, my train of thought is completely left my head. I really admire people that stream challenging content and maintain like really entertaining commentary at the same time. There's a very good reason why usually when I stream I'm just like doing mount runs or things like that, because this definitely, like, if my brain is a waterfall on a mountain and there's like a flowing river, something's taken all the water and there's not enough left for the words. Somebody put up a dam, and due to irresponsible power farming, my words have gone dry. The wildlife's leaving. The beavers don't have a home. Gnome DK sounds wrong. First time playing a DPS class. I play Destrolock. Feel like I run out of mana super fast. I'm gonna pay attention to the answers that you get, because I don't know, but I am also, I think that the lock that I have, like my Darkarn lock, I think I'm gonna have her as Destro. At least for leveling. I did a dungeon, and I was, there's a lot of trash in this dungeon. I did a dungeon, and, tried out, within the dungeon, all 3 specs, and I had details running so I could see what I was able to do better damage on, and for, at least at level, like, 28 anyways, Destro won out by a pretty significant margin, so I think I'm gonna play it, but I also never ran out of mana, but again, also level 29. Gonna hodge that one. We can move over here. I just love the Paladin animations, like Prot Pally animations with the, you know, I've just got like light everywhere and hammers and glowing light hammers, and I could just, you know, it's all good stuff. Currently farming the tusks of Manaroth, and now I'm convinced they don't exist. Noggenfire makes you small. Gosh, it would be like, and my gnome with Noggenfire would be like when I get the shrunk on Mechatork. Although I think that when gnomes get shrunk on Mechatork, they don't actually shrink that much. Like they still become tiny, but they were already so small that I feel like it's a much smaller decrease than with the other with other classes. So the first hit, yeah, okay. Avenging Shield does still interrupt. For some reason, I thought that it didn't anymore, and I don't know why I thought that, because clearly it does. It probably always did. I hate it when you need just one Mog out of the dungeons on the very last boss. Are you one of those people that that will run the dungeon until you have actually every piece of Mog, even if it's like a blue quality bracer that you will never ever use? I'm pulling this guy because he's run away, but I do plan on going right. There we go. I do plan on doing this. We're already all the way over here. It doesn't really matter. You can do it either way. I am going to do a full clear. I don't see any good reason not to do that. Pet of choice is Minfernal, which is taller than she is. I love that battle pets don't seem to really scale. Like, your mounts will scale, depending on what race you are, so that you don't look ridiculous on them. Although, gnome mounts, I think, scale almost a little big relative to how mounts scale in other races, just to emphasize the tininess of the gnome. But I know, like, Taurens, for example, get huge mounts. I should have kicked a Hex. Tauren get huge mounts. Where was I going with that? Yeah, but pets don't scale. Like, almost every pet is, like, the size of my gnome, and I love that, because when they're big enough, I can just pretend that they're mounts. Because their bunny mounts are something that I think the whole world is ready for. Also, llamas. Llamas? 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 I don't know. I never, like, met a llama that disagreed with me on how to pronounce its name. We're going this way. Last 3 talents for Shadow Priest to take. Dark Ascension or Legacy of the Void. Do not mess with Surrender to Madness unless you are memeing. Lately, I've been running around with Legacy. Dark Ascension is also a valid choice. It's kind of personal preference. I couldn't tell you the strengths and weaknesses. Like, with Dark Ascension, you can do a big AoE burst if you have the time to ramp it up, because you can build yourself up to the Void sauce that you need for a Void explosion. I clearly know all the words, but you don't... we'll get this guy after. And then immediately Dark Ascension. So you like Void Erupt and then Dark Ascension, and that's like a huge burst. But you need to ramp up to that quite a bit because you need more Void Sauce to get to that first Void Eruption. So I find it's not as useful. Outside of that burst, that's obviously not the only application of it. Outside of that, it just reduces your initial ramp time because you can just kind of like get into Void Form right away and then do it like mid-fight. So it's not bad. But lately I've just been using Legacy of the Void because it takes all the stress out of worrying about when I should be Dark Ascensioning, and gives you a faster ramp up. Evening Hazel, happy stream. What's up, Deborah? How you doing? I know you tank dungeons while leveling. Have you ever tanked any raids or heroics Mythic Plus at cap? So not at BFA cap, mostly because I don't have any tanks at BFA cap, but in past expansions, I've tanked a little LFR and some dungeons. I really like dungeon tanking in Warlords, so it was pre-Mythic Plus. It was before the days of Mythic Plus, but I would tank dungeons on my Warrior and my Paladin in Warlords and on my Paladin in Kata. But not really super too much. I have like an idea in my head that if I ever really ran out of things to do and got like excited about tanking, that it would be cool to have a tank alt that I could lead viewer raids on, because I just have this image in my head that raid leaders should always be tanks, and that's not even true of my guild. Our raid leader raid leadership is split between 2 characters, both of which are DPS. I say characters when I mean people, but I guess they are both characters. So it's not like it's even true of my guild, but you know, I guess if you're like leading, I don't know, a raid that a pug, does it make more sense to be the tank? I don't know. It takes the pressure off you having to find 2 pug tanks and then make them talk to each other anyways. I play Pokemon. I am legally obligated to get everything and anything. I feel that. I am 49 now. You level so... I mean, granted, I have rested, but like leveling goes so fast now. And I am not complaining. I enjoy it. It's quite satisfying because it's not like when it takes too long, it's not like I'm really here for the journey, but it's an accepted evil, so I still feel extra gratified when it's going quickly. It's kind of like island expeditions. I don't queue for an island expedition because I'm like, man, you know what I want to do is an island expedition, but like I do them because I have my quota. And when they're going quickly, I actually enjoy them, and maybe I just enjoy them because I'm getting out of them faster. It's like how you don't necessarily enjoy your commute home, but if you hit every green light, you're still going to feel kind of good because it's over sooner. That's how I feel about leveling quickly. Hati is going to be a fun pet to get again. Moonkin on a pony looks funny. I have been a user of the Glyph of Stars, Astral something. The one that makes you blue and starry instead of being a Moonkin, because I have never personally preferred the Moonkin. I just, not once. It just always looks bizarre to me. And I forgot that you can stay in that form while on a map. So silly. Okay, so next up we're going to be doing this guy that always gives me a cane. I'll have the steak with void sauce. I don't speak any Vietnamese, I'm sorry. I got a reassigned war beast as a pet. I love it, very tanky. A reassigned war beast. What's that from? How not to die? Don't pull much. Pull 3 things at the most. Use your vampiric embrace right before you void erupt. So if you've got 3 things on you and like you're in danger, get it until you're right about to void erupt and then pop your embrace, then void erupt, and that AoE is going to give you a big heal. Fear things when necessary. So like if you're struggling, you can Psychic Scream and then spam Shadow Men to top yourself up before they get back. Disperse is not as good as you think it is because it doesn't really heal you anymore, so I only really disperse if I'm like running away trying to tether things and just like get them off of me. But just don't pull too much. You're going to be really, really squishy for a very long time. Horizon Sweep, thank you for the super chat. Hi Hazel, switched to Allied to play with my GF, loving it a lot. Thank you for the content, been watching a lot due to a spinal injury, love the guides and cooking streams. Thank you for the support. I hope you have a smooth and safe recovery. Appreciate that. Glyph of Stars, yeah. That's the one. Where is it? What's Astral coming from? There's Astral something in this game. Ooh, I got a neck. I don't need that. I have an heirloom neck. Tank has to focus hard to lead. Had a shock yesterday. De-weaponized mechanical companion from a bling pack? That can happen? I didn't even know that was a thing. Oh boy. Oh, I got a cured ham steak and 1 silver. That was a chest worth opening. Still better than a BFA treasure chest. I am so disappointed with those. There is no reason why they still have treasure. Like, if you're gonna just put 6 war resources, literally 6, and a gray item that sells for 4 gold in an end game treasure chest, don't even put it in the game. It's insulting. It's not worth getting off your mount. I don't understand what thought process led to them still having them, but having them be so useless. Like, they're not common. Would it kill you to put, like, some gold in it, at least? Or, like, make them good experience when you loot them? Or if it has to be just war resources, at least make it a bunch of them. I don't see any good reason for it. These glasses are Gunners. Not sponsored. They're good. They're good. A little overpriced, perhaps, but they do work. How not to die? Play Dis. Always an option. I don't know what I have against Dis. I'm sure it's a perfectly good spec. Hero is always telling me that it's good stuff. We have a Dis Priest in our guild that enjoys it vocally and a lot. Like, seems great. Sure, it's good stuff, but like something about the whole philosophy and I guess the class fantasy of it just doesn't feel very priesty to me. Oh no, I am Frog. And I'm not Gregarious, I'm sad. Like, just Dis Priests don't seem very priesty to me. So I don't play them. I will always be holy, even if, like, Dis is super OP, which seems like it's often. Seems like it's OP a lot. Thanks for the Azuna tip to farm charms. I like it quite a bit. I saw some people recommending Falcosaurs, and I bet that would be really good if you were on a server or server shard that didn't have other people doing it. But because they're not instants, I feel like there's going to be competition. And then somebody else was saying that if you have 110 still, that you can still make better mileage in Everbloom, which might be true. I definitely did the Everbloom farming last year. Let's like loop around this way and go kill Gazrilla, and then we can come back and finish the dungeon. I wish Netflix would stop recommending stuff I've already watched on Netflix, right? I wish that there was an option that you could opt into that would have Netflix remove a show from your list, or at least hide it from your list after you finish it. Like if you watch the last episode, I don't really want it on my list anymore. Put it back there if they make new episodes. And then maybe let people opt out of that feature in case they want to like leave it on their list for somebody else in the account to watch. But, you know, I have to go and take something off my list every time I finish it because I finished it. I don't need it on my list anymore. They were great when BFA dropped. You got gear. Same with the rares. Really? What happened? What did they do? Alright, so this is a boss, so I'm going to not pull all the trash in the world, although some of it may pull anyways. Getting a Vorukar Leecher from the Island Treasure map? Is that a mount? Are you getting a mount from your Island Treasure map, or is that a pet? Hang on. This is important to me. I feel like lately the mount journal has not been showing me mounts that I don't know. Okay, it's a pet. That's still really cool, though. That's nice. Anduin is a Disc Priest. I mean, yeah, that's cool. Good for him. I'm glad somebody's doing it. I am ready for Anduin to get a love interest. Because that's gotta be a plot point they're building up to. They had some stuff about it in Before the Storm. You know, he's the king, and he is single, and his dad's dead. Like, if he dies, there's gonna be a succession crisis. He could do to make some heirs. So I feel like he could use a love interest, but I think it would be an interesting story, and also I think fitting for his character. If they, and nobody, you may not agree with this, and that's fine. We're just speculating, but I think it would be interesting if they made Anduin gay. I think it would. I like that storyline for him. I don't think that they would do it. The WoW audience in particular isn't necessarily widespread accepting. I'm sure many of them are, but the audience tends to skew to a demographic that isn't as much, so I don't think they would do it. But I think that would be really interesting for his character. Anduin and Kalia? She's too old for him, isn't she? I mean, I guess, you know, you can marry whoever you want, but she's... Actually, I don't know how old she is. Maybe it would work. Gen should be his designated heir. Anduin is a priest using plate armor. Can you imagine if Anduin died and he's like, on his deathbed, he's like, you know who should lead the alliance? Bane Bloodhoof. Get him in here. He knows what he's doing. Oh, people would be so mad. Did I DC? I hope not. Looks good on my end. Anduin and Rathian? Yeah. They don't even need to end up together, you know? Not everybody, like, finds their perfect forever relationship on their first go. I refreshed and she's back. Who would be Anduin's BF? That's the problem, is they don't have a whole lot of other young characters. You know, they probably would have, like, unless they retcon some in or just, like, bring some people in out of left field. And maybe they do have a bunch of them and I just don't know them. But, you know, Anduin is young because he was set up from, he's been around for ages and ages, and we had like 10 years of him being like this teeny little 4-pixel kid model. And they haven't really done that with anybody else that I know of. Maybe I'm forgetting something. What do you guys think? Sourfang for Alliance Leader? Stream keeps dropping. Why? I'm not downloading anything. My quality looks good on my end. I don't have any drop frames. It must be either YouTube or my internet. Also, I just accidentally opened Photoshop, so I can't see my game. Oops, a daisy do. There we go. Clock for a bit, just refreshed. Anduin and Zappy Boy. Oh, true. I forgot about Zappy Boy. Anduin and Talia. Oh, I could see that. I could see that. Flynn. I don't think I like Anduin and Flynn. Anduin is too naive for Flynn. I don't want to say Anduin's naive, but he like really looks for the best in people, and I think Flynn would do really well with someone who is expecting the Flynn from him, you know? I do hope that we keep getting him as a character, though. I feel like he's probably going to be mostly localized to BFA, kind of like Urel was a character that was kind of warlordsy, but man, I like him a lot. He's fun. Also, his voice acting. Flynn's voice actor is my favorite, I think, in the whole expansion. Like, he makes it sound really natural, and a lot of times they'll write sassy dialogue for a character or for a situation, and it just comes off as really awkward because they're like very disjointed and being kind of like pieced together. And his dialogue just flows and makes sense and sounds like a real person saying it, and I love that. Such a good job. Anduin and Chromie, I think it's Firefox. Interesting. Don't see it happening. It's kind of where I'm at. Anduin turns out to be the Dreadlord, Anduin and Zappy Boy. What are the odds? I mean, I feel like they would have killed Zappy Boy, but now that Zappy Boy has become Zappy Boy the meme, I don't think they can kill him anymore. I think that they've bled off enough of their goodwill that if you just, like, kill Zappy Boy without a real good reason to, people are just gonna be like, well, guess WoW's over. Who wants to play Final Fantasy? Should we do the extra boss? Is there a good reason not to? Like, after we got... Like, I always pick a fight with these guys after I've rescued them. I don't know why. It's very sad. Like, you just rescued them from a horrible death, and you're like, hey, you want to go? Then you, like, kill them anyways. I haven't done this in a low-level character in a while. Usually on a high-level character, I just kind of, like, pull everything. And I have a feeling that that might not be my brightest idea. I'm gonna pop Divine whatever. And just keep some Consecration down. I think we're doing okay. I hope. I don't know. I don't really have any... I'm glad that Trini, my healer, is on his or her game. Because I'm not keeping an eye on them at all. I know as a tank I'm supposed to be, like, monitoring, like, you know, maybe a good idea to know what my healer's mana is at and, like, be cognizant if they've used a cooldown on me so that I can try not to require another one immediately. I'm not doing any of that. I'm just kind of swinging my sword and living my life, and I'm really glad it's worked out so far. Surprised Hazel hasn't gotten into Final Fantasy XIV. I played some Final Fantasy XIV. And I got like an hour or two into the game, and then was in the main city, I don't know which one, and was trying to like find my way out to go do some kind of a quest. And I was so lost and frustrated because there was like 3 levels to this thing, and they all exited to different places. And the map was not very good, and I got lost, and I got mad, and I rage quit, or at least as ragey as I get, which is not terribly. And decided, you know what? I don't need this game. So I haven't played it since. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's like a very easily solved problem. But I tend to look for reasons to not do something if I didn't especially want to be doing it in the first place. And I do that with every MMO that's not WoW because I've never really wanted to switch. I totally get giving it a better chance if you are not happy with WoW and you're kind of looking for something to scratch that itch. But my itch has always been scratched. I'm not itchy at all. Killing Zappy Boy would be like killing Pepe. Oh my gosh. That would be... Can you imagine if Horde and Alliance like finally make up and then at the very end, like in peace talks, somebody just like accidentally kills Pepe and there's just like war's back on, it's over. You would have to find some way where both faction thinks the other faction did it though, because everybody loves Pepe. Pepe is not faction specific, I'm pretty sure. How long does this go on? Are you guys done spawning yet? Hey Hazel, what's up Tiffany? Fallen Sammy, how you doing? I was at a point where it would make the most sense for both factions to fall apart. I don't think they're going to do anything too drastic because from a gameplay perspective, I think it's so late in the game to do anything like dire with the factions. I don't think we're going to move to a single faction. I certainly don't think they're going to add any more of them. It's just too core to WoW. So I think that's going to limit what they can do with the stories because you can't dissolve the factions much. I guess you can. You can do whatever you want. We had time traveling orcs in space. But I feel like the game systems of Horde and Alliance are impeding any active faction dissolution. There we go. This guy, Shadow Priest Says, is the one that drops the Jinxed Hodo kilt, which is the one that I always used to use on my priest. It's like legs, but it's the legs that look like the ones he's wearing. And that means that you can wear a robe that is that style and still have access to the slits that appear on the side of it for females. And you can also pair it with any top you want, and you can get the top for it separately as well if you want. It's a transmog that I farmed for a while. Like, it didn't want to drop for me, and then I used it for ages after it dropped. Kick the heel.
What can I do for you?
I don't know why I lose aggro so much. I'm sorry. Also, these guys, I guess I should probably tank them. That would be like a good thing for me to do. At least we haven't taken too much damage. Think factions falling apart could be a thing? Anduin and Illyria? I just get so, like, icked out with Anduin with anybody that's, like, more than, like, 5 years older than them. And that's everybody. Everybody is older than Anduin. Almost everybody. One of the reasons that Rathian is so cute is because he's a baby. I mean, he's not a baby, but he's a young guy. They're in similar life stages. Okay, make sure that we get the Goblin Bro to go open up the door for us.
Talk to me.
And then once you go off to do that, we can pick a fight with this guy.
Have a good one.
Because, you know, if saying one mean thing to him is enough to make him engage in a fight to the death, then I didn't like him in the first place. It's not very nice. You know, he could have just been like, wow, I'm sorry that we have our differences, you know. That's okay. We don't have to interact anymore. Have a good day. But no, he was like, yo, you want to go? And now now he's trying to kill me. It's really his fault. I'm not actually familiar with the... I'm not actually, off the top of my head, up to speed on how to exactly get the Pepe toy. I never really used it much. I was more of a... Pepe it's cool, it's cute. But I didn't get super duper duper into it. Pets that can be bought with new pet charms. I did like a partial on that when the expansion was in beta. And I'm planning one that goes over the ones that are not initially on their vendors. So aspects of that are being planned. I don't know about like a whole front to back, these are every pet that can be done with pet charms, because it would basically be just like the video I'm planning plus the things that are already on the vendor. I could probably like include like a recap of where all the vendors are, because some of them have to be unlocked. Rathian, I don't really know, because he's a dragon, right? So they age a little differently. I mean, in terms of when his character was created, I think it was not that long ago, but I also think that in-game time passes a bit differently. Now that I think of it, I've been talking a lot about Anduin's age. I don't know what his canonical age is. Do we have answers for that kind of thing? Does anyone have like a birthday for him? Do we have a date? Is there like a year that it's supposed to be in WoW, or is it just kind of left like ambiguous because timekeeping is really hard? Because I actually have no idea. Only 18? Illyria's son, Anduin's age? Man, I am out of the lore game. I didn't even know Illyria had a kid. Illyria's already married. True. True. Just because they had one fight doesn't mean they done so. 5 years since Wrath in-game wise? That's actually interesting to me. I figured it would have been the other way around. I figured that they would reckon for more in-game time than real life time. Game time isn't really easy to judge. WoW Wiki says in War Crimes it stated that he's 15, he's 18 in Legion, in Battle for Azeroth he's around 19. That would make sense. That would make sense. I remember War Crimes. I remember him being 15 in War Crimes now that you mention it. That was the first WoW book that I bought. I was so hyped about Kata that I was like, man, Kata's not out yet. But I want something, so I bought the actual hardcover of it so that I'd have something to be, you know, hype up for BFA. You level so fast. I'm level 50 and a half, apparently. Dang. Thanks, guys. Also, Big Bad Pauldrons have been added to my appearance collection. Can't be mad at that. Okay, so. Do I want to do another one? This is 4. I've been going for about an hour. I could do one more. What do the Big Bad Pauldrons look like? That's the real question. Now, those are some orc shoulders. Those are some orc shoulders right there. So I'll do one more. You guys are welcome to leave if you have places to be, and you're welcome to stay if you would like to stay. But after this next one, I will probably do some questing on my warlock, because this one's all out of resting, so. It's not like WoW has a large pool of young characters. Exactly, that's the problem. I think that's partly why. But they specifically brought it up in Before the Storm that, like, there's pressure for him to get married, but he doesn't want to do it because he's not in love yet, and he doesn't want to have a political marriage, which seems like an oddly Disney storyline for, for WoW, I guess. I kind of felt like he might be more pragmatic. But I get it. You know, you gotta do you. Especially, like, if your option is somebody that's, like, old enough to be your mom. You want to farm hyena? I don't know if I do. I'm feeling like leveling today. I mean, I guess I could farm hyenas on this character, but I would get murdered pretty quickly. What level were you when you started? I want to say 46. I don't 100% remember. They've been going real quick since I started tanking, though. You also get, like, almost, like, over half, closer to a whole level from doing the Apothecary Hummel Crown Chemical Company on a character that is sub 110. I don't know exactly when that bonus stops, but I'm assuming it's, like, 109, because at 110 you become eligible for the endgame thing, and that's when you stop. I know my 110 characters don't get that significant XP boost. They get a good amount of experience, but it's just, like, a good quest. So we can go. I am once again planning on hitting up all of the bosses, because we may as well. Did I pick up some quests in here? I did. Also, I didn't turn in any of my quests in the last one. That's unfortunate. I might run to that dungeon, honestly. I might run all the way out to Zul'Farrak, because I know the quest givers are in the beginning. I would just have to get to Tanaris. Although, on a low-level character that can't fly, ooh. Do this one first. Is this boss available for alliance? It wouldn't be on the map if it wasn't, right? Like, I can totally do that. Can do the Lost Dwarves. Get a lot of XP from this place. How'd your hubby like the new PC? Better now that it seems to be working. It worked, like, for a while last night, and then overnight it encountered an issue that we think was with the RAM. I haven't been super plugged into what's been going on with it today because I was doing the vlog, and now I'm here. But he came home and did some troubleshooting, and it looks like it's all good, so I think he's pretty happy. Yeah, I definitely forgot to hand in the quest. Is there a call to arms? For low levels? I know the weekly event for max level is pet battles right now. Oh, you mean like the bonus bag. I don't think I've ever seen one of those while leveling. I think that those are... My impression is that those are for higher level characters. I'm not 100%. I'm starting to doubt myself now that I've started talking. My confidence has fallen dramatically since I began the sentence. Yes, I know I'll level faster when I turn in my quests. Just because I don't do things doesn't mean I don't know that I probably should have after I remember. You got a point, though. You got a good point. Oh, they're so friendly. Sup, guys? Sorry to bother you. Have a nice day. Alright. Well, I guess we can't do that, boss. Do you have the toy that unlocks Flight Pass? Sure do. Sure do. That's a good point. I could just use that and then fly there. What's the closest place I can get to? Ratchet? Is it Kalimdor? Is Ratchet Kalimdor? So I could, like, go to Booty Bay and then take the boat to Ratchet and then fly south. I think that would be faster. If any of you have a spouse that plays WoW, I want to know what your couple would be on your in-game mains. Nightborn and my hubby is a Pandaren. I used to think it was like super cute to have characters with my partner that like matched, so that like I wouldn't RP and be like super gross in game or anything, but in my head they would be like a cute RP couple. But now that I play a gnome, it's kind of awkward. I'm sure gnomes deserve love and all. I'm not saying they're not adults. I'm just saying they don't really look like they don't look like children either. They're strange. And also my husband plays a, what does he play? He plays a male Draenei, and then he has a Void Elf, both of which are much, much, much taller than my gnome. Oh, this is the boss. I should probably use my heal. That one. And then we can stun this guy. What's this button? This is new. Ardent Defender. Ooh. Oh, it's where my divine whatever was. My divine doodly boo. It's just upgraded. It reduces all damage you take. Neat. Also, I get a talent? No, not until level 60. It does not have 2 gigs of RAM. Although, so if anybody was at yesterday's stream, there were a few more things that I figured out after I stopped it. One, apparently the wiggly vertical M2 SSD, there's a bracket, found a bracket, that stabilizes that. It's not supposed to just be like wiggling in the breeze. So we found and installed the bracket, so that's stable now. The second stick of RAM was not fully seated. I swore it was, but apparently it was not. And reseating it fixed that issue. Also, I had it in the wrong slot. I thought, like, I checked, I just messed up anyways. I knew it was important, and I looked it up because it was important, and then I went ahead and put them in wrong anyways. But we fixed that, and then that was fine. Could ask a mage to port you to Theramore. Could do. I think my ratchet boat plan should work. I gotta try and remember to turn in at the end of this one too, because this one is another one. There'll be some at the end, but I think there's some at the beginning too. I think you get to the end, and then you do the thing about the discs, and then you can teleport out and back in to get to the next part. So at least for this, you don't have to like do assemble the rod or whatever. You can just kind of oh, I keep clipping inside of all the tiny little houses. You can just sort of click on this thing, which I probably should not have done now that I think of it, because I'm still fighting trash, but that's okay. Can I cleanse poison? I can cleanse diseases and poisons off myself? Overpowered. I guess it's not. I can't do curses, but still, like, that's pretty good. I guess it wasn't bad to start that early, because it takes a while to open that door. Also, my camera, this is not the angle that I'm allowed to have on YouTube. Good grief.
None may steal the secrets of the makers.
Get a port to Dalaran? Oh, actually, my Hearthstone is set to Dalaran. My Hearthstone's set to Dalaran. Although it's set to... No, it's set to Legion Dalaran? Northern Dalaran? Legion Dalaran? I think it's set to Legion Dalaran. Also, boss, hello, thank you. Yeah, you're right. I can do that. That's better. I will be right there. Yeah, we can just ride to the entrance and then walk in, because those quest givers are in the beginning. And that should help. I wonder what level I'll be at the end of this. Like, after this dungeon, which I am apparently full clearing trash, even to bosses that I cannot do. and then, those quests. And these quests. Like, there's a lot of quests. I remember when dungeons didn't have maps in-game? And you just had to know where to go? I think I felt so much better about tanking once they added maps to all of the dungeons. Because there was a time, I swear, maybe I'm making this up, but I swear there was a time when they had maps in new dungeons, but they just like hadn't gone back and given them to any old dungeons yet. And you just had to know where everything was. And now I can like double check, and you can see where all the bosses are, and you can see where your quest items are, so I can kind of like plan a route and know where I'm going without having had to memorize it. Joker left, apparently. Gadget Stand is the closest neutral point to Zul'Farrak. No, I don't have war mode up. I don't want it. And I'm really stubborn about it. Ooh, auto pop-up quest. I like those. So, this guy, and then apparently this guy. Queue for a specific dungeon? Yeah, but then I would have to do the dungeon or ditch. And I don't want to do either of those things. Joker's on the move. He's got the... It's not a vertebrae. I don't know what it is. It's a dog bone that we bought from some place that I hope is not selling human vertebrae. Play what makes you happy? Yep. That's a shirt. Although, I feel like without the context of video games, people might take it oddly. So cool. I saw this on my home screen. On your home screen? That's neat. I actually have no earthly idea how YouTube decides to serve up live streams. Like, I know I can end up in recommendations, but I don't think I can be in sidebar ones. I don't know. I don't like to worry about it too much because I feel like the stream is mostly for people that have already seen one of my videos. I guess. Everybody's welcome here. And if it is your first time here, sup? But, I feel like it's mostly for people that already has some experience with me, so it would make more sense. Like, if it's just random people that had never met me before, I feel like that's more pressure, because then you have to impress them. I need you guys to already be sold on the whole concept, otherwise I don't have a whole lot to offer you here. Although that is one of the reasons why Twitch is more appealing, is that I feel like there is more room to find new people, like new viewers on Twitch. People are more likely to browse. Whereas on YouTube, we can have a good stream. And we might be able to get more people from videos, but you're unlikely to get, like, new stream viewers. You're unlikely to grow the stream without also growing the channel. Which is fine. I would like to grow the channel. I don't know what I'm saying. Too big to be a human bone cow of some sort? Quite likely. Hubby plays female healers. I play female paladins. We love playing our DKs together. That's so cute. I wish I had the patience to play, like, with other people outside of content that requires other people. So, like, for dungeons, like, I'll ask somebody, like, hey, do you want to do some islands? You want to do some dungeons? You want to do some arena? Like, I'll ask friends that, and we'll do them. But to actually, like, level with people or world quest with people, like, I don't know. I like playing on my own a lot. I value that time a lot. It's very relaxing. Victoria, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate the support. I don't see a message on it, but I will look out for your chats in case you had anything to say, but otherwise, thanks. Should you get the BOA shield? You mean this one? I just have it transmogged. I have all of my heirlooms transmogged because I can't stand to look at the heirlooms anymore. There were so many years when we had to look at them, and I just can't do it anymore. So we have the quest item because it dropped off of that guy. So we're good there, and now we're heading to the Stone Keeper. So I figure I'm going to go right, and then around through here, and then there will be like a pit with scorpions in it or something? No. Tanking's kind of fun. Tanking low-level dungeons, kind of fun, because when you're DPSing them, you know, that's like a lot of work. There's a lot of mobs, and you gotta like target them, and put up your dots and stuff if you're a dot class, which most of the good ones are, because dot classes are the best. Then you gotta do damage, then you gotta be like, well, am I doing the most damage? And if you're not doing the most damage, then you're like, well, what's that person doing that I'm not doing? And it's like this whole thing. And then if you're healing, then that sucks. I'm sorry, that's boring. Like, healing low-level dungeons can be very relaxing, but it's not super exciting. And if it is exciting, then something's probably going horribly wrong. All personal opinion, by the way. Obviously, if that wasn't clear. But, tanking is like that nice kind of even mix where there's stuff for me to do and there's room for me to apply myself and do a better job than like somebody else and, you know, be a valuable asset to my group. There's lots of room for that. But there's not like a whole lot of pressure for me to do a lot of damage, although apparently I do a lot of damage. But there's not like a whole lot of pressure for it. So I could just kind of like round things up and keep aggro and keep moving and sort of plan my route, and it's like taking a nice walk down a wooded path in the fall with, you know, some nice scenery and, you know, your dog. And I think I just want to go for a walk. It's been raining a lot. I've been going anyways, but I enjoy my walks a little less when it's raining because it's loud. I have like a hood on, and the rain sound on a coat is like really loud. I don't know why that doesn't bother other people. I never ever hear anybody complaining. Maybe they're just less petty than me. I've never heard anybody complain, man, it's so loud when it's raining and I'm outside with a hood on. Nobody says that. That's true. It's so loud. And when it's not loud, you can hear so many things. Like, I like listening to, like, identify, I like seeing where I can hear different roads from. I like to try and guess the size, not very specifically because I don't know cars, but like if something's like a big truck or like a bus, you know, buses have very specific sounds. I like to listen to the birds. I like to, you know, I like listening to stuff. It's nice. You can't do any of that when it's raining. What am I complaining about? Goodness. Forgot to add one. Haven't caught a stream in a while. Well, welcome back. I hope things are going good. I'll randomly group up with people if it's a mutual objective and tough, but mostly I just solo. Yeah, I make pretty heavy use of the group finder for things like bosses and like rare mobs that I need help with. Although ever since one of you gave me that tip that if it's like a 122, it's too hard to solo, but the 121s and 120s are good. Ever since I got that tip and like changed my unit frames so that I could see the levels more easily, I've been A-okay because I know which ones I can solo now. I used to wait for ages in queue to get help for something that I did not need help with. Also, isn't Arathi coming back over today? Is Arathi flipped yet? Let me see. Let's try and look this up as we continue. So we've done that. We're going to go along this way and hit up that next quest objective. We're going to do the Galgan Firehammer. Hopefully he's hostile. That would be a good start. Okay. Arathi Highlands. Horde contributing. Alliance controlled. Excellent. So Darkshore Assault is up, but Arathi has also flipped control, which means there are new world quests to do in Arathi. And it means that the rares should have reset. I believe I'm going to grab all these. Rares should reset. So I'm going to pop this just in case they hurt. I don't know if they do. So it's another chance at the mounts of the zone. So I think I might actually, after this, after I do this and after I make my way out to Zul'Farrak to walk into it and turn in the quest I forgot to turn in, after that we can, I'll probably hop my priest and head out to Arathi to knock out the world quest real quick, but also there's only 2 more mounts that I need from, Arathi. I need the Mustang. I don't know why I'm clenching my fist. It's awkward and it hurts. I need the Highland Mustang from Doom Rider Helgrim, and I need Skull Ripper from Skull Ripper. So we can kill those and see if we can get lucky. I have everything else. It is loud, but I find it soothing. I find it soothing in a home. Like if it's rain on a window or rain on a roof, as long as it's not like a real loud roof, that's soothing to me. That is cuddle up on the couch with like some tea and a project. Or like listen to it as you're falling asleep. But outside, I don't know. It just seems loud. Maybe I'm grumpy because I'm like also wet. You enjoy that sound? I don't mind it on an umbrella so much because the umbrella's like a little farther away. I would walk with an umbrella, but like I have the dog. And I guess I have another hand. Maybe I should just get an umbrella. I'm sure I have one. There's got to be one in the closet somewhere. Stream is lagging. Great stream. Gonna go game. Have fun, Jill. Thanks again for your super chat. Speaking of things to group for, Arathi and Darkshore. Skull Ripper and Helgrim are both things I'll need groups for. Usually I just like loiter. That's my new thing. Like I was never able to really find, I'm sure I could do it on stream, but I was typically never able to find groups for rares. If there was no world quest up for them, I would like make groups and they would never happen. But if I just like sort of loiter in the general area long enough, somebody will show up, and then as soon as 1 or 2 people show up, then I just pull it and then they join in. It's my strat. Elite Hazel strats. Need those 2 in the bat. I think I'm like about the same amount of level of completion for Darkshore too, although I'm not counting the Frightened Kodo in my calculations of Darkshore mounts because that's one that I'm going to farm like after. I always think I'm going to go farm that after everyone stops caring, but I find when it's a mount, there's always somebody new to care. There's always somebody new that still wants it, so I don't know. Maybe I'll just never get it. I have a lot of Kodos, or I have enough Kodos anyways. Okay, so that's that. Did I level up again? No. I just did a quest or something. Yeah, we're still level 50. No mounts for me today. Alright, Pete. Haven't gotten any mounts yet. I'm more interested in the pets right now. I am too impatient to wait for the pets. For both Darkshore and for Arathi, I just bought them. Let me stun that one. They were all under 10k on the auction house, and the Arathi ones were actually like under 3k, so I just bought the ones I was missing so that I don't worry about it too much. It's one of those things where You can get them reliably enough that you could save yourself the gold if you were just more patient. But I was just kind of done with being patient, which is funny because I'm the opposite way with island expeditions. Island expedition pets, also cheap. Ton of them I'm missing. And I haven't done them yet. I haven't done them yet. I'm kind of like... I want to get my Warcraft pet score back up because I've fallen out of the top 10. I think I'm like 13 or 14 for Lightbringer. And there's a bunch of easy pets I could get, but I'm like waiting on a video to get some of the vendor pets. Because I want to make sure I have enough charms to get the ones that I need to film the video with. And then I'm, I guess waiting on island pets. I don't know. They keep dropping for me, so I don't want to buy them, but they're not very expensive. I'm more excited about them when they drop, even though they're cheap, than I would be to, like, just buy it and then get it and then sell the dupe. Why that logic doesn't apply to the Warfronts, I couldn't tell you. Daniel, thank you for the super chat. Hey, I'm kind of new. Item level 285, any tips? Ooh, 285, I would say do rares in Warfront zones. Those will have a chance to drop you 340 gear in a Wrathy and higher than that in Darkshore, and there's no item level requirement. You can get into groups that do them. So I would start there and see if that gets you a high enough item level to start queuing for Warfronts, where most of the catch-up gear, quote-unquote, is tied to Warfronts. Also, check your auction house. Depending on your gold levels, check your auction house for BOEs. Some of the crafted ones are pretty cheap, and you can sometimes fill in a slot for less than you think. And when you're 285, every little bit helps. I need to press... Oh, my heal's almost back up. Also, oh, this is a boss. That's why. That's why. I'll stun it. That'll help. And get that back. I'm also going to face him this way, I guess. My cooldown's back up, too. When it's your birthday, but the Mythic Plus affixes are horrible for your spec. Oh, dear. Man, how could they? How could Blizzard? They know your birthday. You probably entered it when you made your account. I don't know that for sure, but probably, you know, most places do that. How could they give you such terrible Mythic Plus affixes when they know it's your birthday? I'm not trying to be mean if that came off wrong. I think that's really funny. But that sucks. I'm sorry. Also, happy birthday, Matt. Purple girl? That's fair. I changed the color of my backlight because when I had it purple, it was too much purple. I was like trying to color grade my vlog footage, and I was like, I can't make, like, this looks so purple. I can't make it look less purple without making it look too green. And then I realized that that it's just because the shot is actually just a lot of purple. You can't make the colors more even when they aren't in the shot. It's like, where are all the oranges? Wait a minute, there aren't any. This is just a very blue room. Exactly. You're good? I'm glad we're good. I heard it after I said it, and it occurred to me that I could have just spent like 20 good seconds just like mercilessly mocking somebody on their birthday. Which, you know, is only a good idea if they're into that. Hang on. I'm having a moment. I need to get, oh yeah, sorry, I remember now. I was gonna say I forgot where the end is, and then I remembered. It's this way. I pulled too much. I'm sorry. I'm popping cooldowns. I'm doing the thing. I'm stunning that guy. I am gonna kill this one first, and then this one. That one is CC'd. Thank you so much. That helps a lot. It really does. I'm gonna use my neck heal. I'm going to use my... I have not been using my racial. The Light's Judgment. Is that good? I'm gonna use my self heal. Because I haven't been using it enough. I bet it does good damage. It must. You know, it's not on a long cooldown. Sunken Temple. Remind me to never give her the map. The map. What map? The map to the west? We just finished watching the available seasons of Norsemen on Netflix, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. We never finished Vikings. We just got kind of bored after a while. It was fine. It was good for a few seasons, but we kind of stopped keeping up with it. But I thought Norsemen was pretty funny. It was a little too much at the times, and definitely not something. It's an adult show, but I got a kick out of it. I thought it was really goofy. Racial is big AoE damage. Glad it's good. With racials, I'm always a little concerned that they're gonna just super undertune it because they don't want it to be too OP and just make it like actually awful. Which one of these should I stun? That's something I could work on. Is I have a talent to stun more often. I really should be stunning almost every pull because it's a 6-second stun. Also, Inferno Shell sounds bad, so I'm gonna kick that. I don't know what it does, but it sounds bad. Whichever ability sounds the scariest is the one that's going to get kicked. We could just go through the doors. Are we going to make it? Not if I run like that, we're not. Sorry, sorry. It's all experience. We're here for rep and levels, and this is a good way to get levels. Also, it's probably a good time for me to start repeating, I will not forget to turn in the quests. I will not forget to turn in the quests. I will not forget to turn in the quests. I don't know why I always say it 3 times in different ways, but I actually have no idea if that helps me remember or not. Not a clue. I just made that up. Hazel, I'm late to the stream. How much longer will you stay on? Another 29 minutes. We do 2-hour streams on Fridays, 3 to 5 every week. The map to Wonderland, Norseman is great. I for some reason appreciated it more after I found out that it was actually made with like a cast from Norway. I want to say Norway. I might have that wrong, but it's more authentic. It's not filled with a bunch of Australian models like Vikings is. Not that there's anything wrong with Australian models. They're beautiful. They're just not Norsemen. Same as Vindicar Blast, not sure of the damage scales. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I know how it functions. I'm mostly concerned with whether or not the damage makes it worth doing. It's ludicrously OP, about 5 to 8% of my total damage in Mythic Plus. Oh, that's cool. I'm down for that. I feel almost a little bad because I feel like a Draenei. I feel like just a regular Draenei because aside from the horns, you know, and the nightlight on your forehead, you don't really see the difference. It's a little less apparent than some other ones. And, you know, with a regular Draenei, I would have Gift of the Naru and I would have that self-heal. So without that, I feel a little cheated, but if it's good, then it's good. Caroline Rose, thank you for the super chat. Best way to earn rep with 7th Legion? Oh boy. So I actually recommend if you... I'll tell you, but I recommend the video that I did on earning service medals recently. The whole second half of that video is completely dedicated to how to grind 7th Legion rep. Basically, get yourself a contract, do your war campaign, do your island quota every week, do your warfront dailies, do invasions whenever they're up, as often as you can. Set reminders for yourself if you need to. And then do world quests in the enemy zones. You'll get it so quickly, so quickly. I have like 2 Paragon caches done per faction for the rest of my factions, and about 16 of them done for 7th Legion. It's by far my fastest earned reputation. YouTube is full-time for me, it is. Whether or not that is smart is hard to say, but that is what I'm doing. I'm eating a bowl of Lucio O's. Are those any good? I'm not much of a cold cereal person, so it would be like purely marketing hype for me. But I'm just really curious. Are they good? What are they like? Are they like Fruit Loops? Are they just like a bunch of lime Fruit Loops? I want to be an Eridar. Lightforged are closer to that because of the horns. I see it. Lighthouse Draenei. I've never heard that before, but I like it a lot, and I'm taking it. I'm Norwegian. I love Vikings. I love Travis Fimmel as Ragnar. There are some Norwegians and Swedes in it, though. Oh, that's good to know. It was a cool show. Travis Fimmel was great. The reason we started watching Vikings in the first place was because I knew Travis Fimmel from Warcraft, because he played... What's his face? I clearly remember a lot. I remembered him from Warcraft and wanted to check out his other stuff, and it was like pretty much just Vikings because I kept hearing people refer to him as the guy from Vikings. So that's where I heard of him. Don't forget to turn in the quests. Don't forget to turn in the quests. Have you put your name in the Goblet of Fire? Should be right through here. Last boss. This place is a lot of experience. Although I was 50 when I came in here, right? Most of it's going to be at the end, between like finishing the dungeon and the quests. They aren't bad. They taste a lot like vanilla Fruit Loops. Although you did say Foot Loops. If there is a Foot Loop, I don't know if I particularly would care to eat it. Sounds like a sandal. Still have to do Motherload to get my Dark Iron? Do you have to go at Motherload for this? I've forgotten the unlock sequence, actually. I definitely unlocked them because I have a Dark Iron Dwarf. Hazel, the quests. Don't forget them. I would get all like snippety about you guys reminding me, but I don't even have the right to do that because I super forgot. And I know you're just trying to help. I can't even be like all self-righteous about it because I definitely did forget. And I might forget again. You don't know. Could happen. Don't forget to turn in the quests. Did you put your name in the goblet of fire? That's like my favorite meme from the Harry Potter community. Like, I get why they're upset about it. And it's just, there's have you guys seen the comics? There's a webcomic that's floating around. I don't know where it's from. I saw it on Reddit. It's like Sassy Dumbledore. It's a bunch of Sassy Dumbledore webcomics. They're like just single strips and they're great. They're really funny. That doesn't give you anything to go off of or look at. Possibly Googling Sassy Dumbledore comic might find it for you. I don't know, but they're wonderful. If you do find them, you're welcome. They're great. Okay, so we completed it. We're level 51. We can click to turn in that one. And then we can do this one where you just like learn a lot and click through some dialogue that I have never... Actually, that's not true. I did read this once. Like one time I was doing this quest and I was on my own. It was like a weekend, so I had time. And I felt so bad about clicking through all of this stuff. And I felt like, you know, if they put in a quest to make me click through all of this stuff, then there must be a good reason why that this is interesting to read. So I like read it all and it can't have been that interesting because I don't remember. So we do that. And then I think they want you to like take it to the entrance of the instance. So I think if we teleport out, not leave instance group, that's the wrong button. I think we teleport out and teleport back in, as long as the group held, which it should. Then we can turn them in and then teleport back in. That should take me to the entrance. Lothar, that's what it's called. I thought so. I thought so. I totally knew that. I was just pretending I didn't know.
Welcome.
And we can turn in these quests. Ooh, those are a good chunk of experience. I don't need either of these things.
Watch your back. You got my attention.
This should get me to 51. So that should be my last tanked dungeon for the day. Thank you very much to the people that came and helped me with that. Appreciate it. You guys were a wonderful group. Hope you got lots of experience. And then we're going to... Actually, what's in my unhelpful satchels? Bracers and a neck. Are the bracers any good? Yeah. Yeah, I'll put those on. All right, we're going to Dalaran, but I can't just hearth, you know. I'm not some kind of a heathen. Hearthstone. We want to use Great Father Winter, Lunar Elders, Petal Feats, or Headless Horseman. You know, Petal Feats is new. I'll throw that in the bar. Look at that. So pretty. It gives you wings, too. I miss those wings. I miss the purple wings. I miss when those were a regular part of Shadow Priest. That was good stuff. My bags are a mess, but I will clean them later. Footloops is sandals. Hazel 2019. That's why you watch the stream, right? Just for, like, stunning revelations of logic and learning. Such as Footloops equals sandals. Yeah, I'm gonna go do Arathi. So, Overwatch League started yesterday, right? I'm sure it's happening now, too. I watched, like, it happened during our raid. So I kind of had it on during raid and was sort of looking back and forth in between pulls. With it muted, of course. Caverns of Time. And then, after raid ended, I turned it on the TV and my husband and I watched it together. And we watched long enough to find out that Seoul won, which was awesome, and I was super happy. And honestly, if Seoul had bombed their first match of the season, I probably wouldn't have watched Owl at all this season. Like, if I had an inkling that it was going to be a repeat, also, that's where my chicken goes, apparently. If I had an inkling that it was going to be a repeat of last season, I would have just been like, you know what? I need my time for other things. But I watched that game. That was cool. And then watched enough of the Hangzhou versus Shanghai game to find out that it was not going to be Shanghai's first win. And then turned it off and went to bed because that was tired. Going to Arathi? Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. We're turning in my my Zul'Farrak quest that I forgot to turn in. See how much of a quest level we can get off of them. I'm going to abandon this Pusillin thing. I hate that quest. Ugh. And then I can abandon that one too. And also I'm turning in my chicken bot because, you know, I found the beacon and there's some experience over here, so why not? Love your channel. Thanks, Brian. Fun stream. Ciao. Do you have any alts in Horde side? I do. I have a level 113 troll druid. Am I there? Are we there yet? Hello? Chicken? Hello? Chicken? Hello? I swear this is where the chicken is. It's like up in the mountains here. Well, this doesn't seem right. Let me relog. Am I forgetting something? Do I have to turn it on? Oh. No, there should be a quest giver. There should be a quest giver, because then you, like, it's an escort quest. But there should be a thing to start it. It's a fairly long escort. Yeah, but it starts here, right? Someone did it before you? Okay. Well then, oh, there it is. You're right. Whew. I was all ready to submit a bug report. Okay, there we go. And, oh, I'll get a shield mog I don't have. That I don't want. I guess it's yellow. That's fine, I guess. Alright, let's escort this chicken. This is what WoW is all about. I have so many memories of doing this quest. Also, look at that chicken go. Oh, they updated his model! Also, what are you carrying? Do you have a spoon? Hang on, slow down. I mean, don't, but like, what is it got in its mouth? Or is that just a, hang on, I need to get some lead on him. Is that just its chin? Does it have something in its mouth? Am I crazy? I don't know, I gotta fight some hyenas in a second. Hey Hazel, glad to catch you live again. Welcome back, Andrew. My raid team is named the Rubber Chicken Coalition, so if you need a chicken, I'm here for you. Rubber Chicken Coalition. What is your guild banner like? I bet it's great. I am often dissatisfied with my guild banner because, so when you ride the Golden King, right? You like hold your guild banner and it's a cool mount, but my guild banner looks like this. And I'm sure there's some hilarious meme as to why it is that way. And I'm also sure they don't care that much. And it's not like I'm super invested in whatever it is. But I dislike that one enough that I don't ride my Golden King mount. Hazel Computer saying Gnosis and Shadow Uniframes out of date, but they were just updated. What else could I do? Aside from reloading and checking for updates, not much. If they're still working, I wouldn't worry about it. I would just say load out-of-date add-ons and then just run them anyways. If they're not working, then you've got some other troubleshooting to do because they're still functioning for me. A worm, probably. A worm. Oh, he's got a worm. Does he have a worm? I think that's just his lower beak. No. Because, like, those are his Gooble Gobbles. Also, I'm pretty sure that that was not how that was supposed to go. I didn't have to fight anything. I don't think that's right. Anyways, we're gonna go turn this in. We could actually fly back up to Ratchet. Like, after we go to Zul'Farrak, we could go to, run to Gadgetzan, learn the flight paths, and then fly up to Ratchet and take the boat to turn it in, because the final turn-in is going to be 25. That's the shield and the 25k XP, so I might need to do that. May as well. Hazel, I want to create a gnome. What should it be? Either a mage or a mage. You should be a mage. I don't know what else I was fishing around for in my head, but no, mages are awesome. Love your hair. My favorite color. Hey Hazel, hope you're having a good day. They are not working. Ooh. You can uninstall and reinstall them. That would be my next thing to try. You may lose your settings, but that would be my next thing to try, is just to go into your Twitch app, uninstall, reinstall them. And if that doesn't work, then that sucks. Cute doggy. Oh, so I got a feline doggy. You coming up here? Hi. You want to say hi? I'd say she's been being real cute and cuddly lately, and that's true. But she's like that all the time. Thanks for the IT support. I just hope it works. I'm no good to anybody if none of my advice works. Heirloom items, I think I have them. I just need to dig them out. I can never remember what they're called. I may have actually already used them on this character, not 100% sure. I teleported here, so. That's fine. Hi, cat. She's trying to like lay on my lap and I have one of my feet up here. I'll put my foot down. You give me this foot here. Yeah, no, I need that one. I'll hold it. I got you. There you go. And now you have a lap. There you go. Jealous Joker? I don't think that's true. I think he's probably just like snuck onto the couch or like gone to see what my husband's doing or I don't know, left. He just leaves sometimes. Animals are the best. I agree. I would say I love animals, and that's true, but I feel like that's such a silly thing to say, because, like, who doesn't? I know there's people that, like, don't like pets, and I guess there must be people that just, like, don't like animals at all, but they have to be, like, a comical minority, right? You know, you don't have to want an animal up in your business to just passively like it. Show the top few glyphs? SEO gold? Maybe. Alright, look at me turning in quests. Good stuff. Also boots. Do I need those? Yeah. Gear scaling is odd now. So you end up like not really needing to wear level upgrades, even though they're upgrades, because they like don't have that many more stats. Okay, so we're like 52 and a bit. We got a lot of experience today. I am going to try and get to Booty Bay to turn in that last bit. Naomi, thank you very much for the super chat. Love your streams. Keep up the great work. Thank you. That's very sweet, and it helps a lot. Yes, I do have the toy that lets me learn on the flight pass. Tell husbando I say hi. Any pets in game you'd want as a pet IRL? Ooh, how realistic are we about their needs? Because, like, I feel like if I had this thing, I would probably have to, like, feed it blood, and that's scary. Same with, like, raptor hatchlings. I feel like they'd be dangerous to have. Maybe a dog. Like, I have a dog, but, like, another dog. I want a dog that likes me. I thought dogs were supposed to do that. I try so hard with mine. I take him for walks all the time. I give him treats. I, like, take off his collar and give him the good neck scratches. He likes those. He just doesn't like me. He doesn't like people. Streaming WoW is the best. I like WoW streams. Some people say they're boring, and they might be right. I'm sure it's a less, like, high-intensity stream than a competitive esport or something, but they're chill. They're casual. They give you a lot of space to, they give you lots of space to chat with people, and that's what I really like about my stream. This would be a less fun time if it was just me not being able to look at chat at all. And, yeah, it's good. Also, one of the reasons why it's harder to start out as a streamer, because when you don't have a chat at first, you know, you guys, like, make free content for me. I don't have to do much, because I can just sit here and talk to you guys. If you guys weren't here, I would just be talking to myself. And I've been there. I've done that. It's just not as good. Not as much of a good time. Okay, so we got that flight path. What are they called? Ugh. I wish there was a keyword that would just bring them both up. I think the Kalimdor one is called Surviving Kalimdor, so that'll help. The Eastern Kingdoms one is called something weird. It doesn't come up like that. It doesn't come up like that. Gosh, I'm just gonna have to look for it. Every single time I forget the name, and every time one of you knows it and you tell me, and that's good. I found a Delron disc. I found a Croak Croc. I got the Haunted Tea Party out of the Order of Embers cache recently. That was kind of nice. Provisioning. Thank you. I knew it had a weird... Yeah, to modernize the provisioning of Azeroth. What kind of a name is that? I'm mad about it. I don't even need it right now, because that's the Eastern Kingdoms one. Okay. Take me to Ratchet.
See ya soon.
Oh yeah, gnome warlocks are really cool, too. How could someone not like animals? I know some people don't enjoy having dogs around, which I don't relate to, but I understand. Like, dogs come with a distinct dog smell. even if it's kept perfectly clean. You know, dog food smells. I've never found a dog food that is odorless, and I'm sure that would be not good for your dogs. Dog food smells. Picking up dog poop smells. Dogs smell. You have to pick up their poop. They have hair. They shed. And there's some people that don't like those things, and that's perfectly valid because they can just choose not to have dogs. But, like, not, like, hating them just when they're away from you. Like, I don't want a... Let's see, what's a good example? I don't want a scorpion in my house. I would actively choose to not have scorpions in my house. But that doesn't mean I don't like them. It just means I don't want them anywhere near me. I still think they're cool. Get a flame kitten and feed it wood. Oh yeah, I forgot. Ooh, a deer. I mean, if it was, like, comfortable and it liked me, that would be one thing. And I guess I'd have to stay in the yard. I feel like a fully tame deer, if there was a good way to have that not have, like a pet deer, if there was a good way for it to be fully tame and comfortable and, like, have all its needs met, would be adorable. Like, they're super cute. Although it would decimate your gardens. Look at these guys, though. Egbert is such a Pixar-looking character. Oh, you know what I want? I want a dragon. I want to fulfill my teenage Aragon fantasy, and I want a dragon hatchling. Not a dragon hawk hatchling. I want an actual dragon. Here, let's look at Dragonkin Pets. And I want to be able to talk to it with my mind and have it set fire to my enemies, but also not get me in trouble. So there's whelplings. There's celestial dragons. There's more whelplings. I don't want a Lanticore. That looks dangerous. I definitely don't want Little Deathwing. Well, Terragos is kind of cute. Proto-Drake whelps. Ugh. A Cloud Serpent hatchling. Yeah, give me one of those. I will 100% have a Cloud Serpent hatchling. Sound card is Fubar. Oof. Send your alt to be a Fey flight path map. I will probably do that once I get annoyed with not having flight paths. And I will forget to until then. Love cats more than dogs. I don't let anybody make me choose. I love cats and I also love dogs. And I love them differently. They're very different experiences. My last apartment had scorpions instead of spiders. Kind of weird. Like wild scorpions? Because I feel like they're scarier. They're like spiders but with armor and like a better way to sting you. Although I've never met one, so I don't know. I don't know how dangerous they are. So these are gunners. These are gunners. A little pricey. We're good. We're good. I want a pet moose, and I would name it Bruce. Where will you put your pet moose, Bruce, though? Bruce would be a big boy. I don't know of a miniature moose, and moose are big. They are bigger than horses. They are bigger than big horses. You know, if it's a big moose, it is going to be kind of car-sized. They're big. Also kind of dangerous. 3 cats and 2 dogs. Cinder Kitten's my favorite. Miss Tuesday stream. So I bought a Jenny, so that will never happen again. Good. Good. Your benevolent ruler is pleased. Mars rover pet. The Hellfire Peninsula mechanical rover. Isn't there a team? The Hellfire Peninsula pet battle tamer uses mechanical pets. And now that I think of it, that kind of gives me a Mars rover kind of feel, actually. Okay. So I just missed the boat. That's the boat. It left. But that's okay because... Oh no, I can't fish. There's no fishing trainer around here. Also, I don't need the fish for anything, really, but... Where does this go? Do I want to know? Is this a good idea? I probably shouldn't have done that. It doesn't do anything. I bet it's for a quest. I didn't know I made a noise. Ooh. I love that there's shipmasters that you can talk to just if you're, like, really... Oh, no, that's not one of those. There used to be shipmasters, and maybe there are for, like, other boats that will tell you where the boat is. So if you're, like, really impatient, it won't get there anytime faster. But it'll be like, the boat just left Darnassus, or the boat just left here. So you'll be waiting a while. Like, it would give you a forecast. Hazel, how are you today? What's your favorite item to farm? I'm doing good. I like farming herbs. I know that's not, like, a specific item. But herbs are nice and relaxing, and they're nice and profitable. And you get to see lots of different places. Like, any specific given item farm, like a mount farm or a toy farm or something, gets old after a while because if it hasn't dropped in a good amount of time, then you're just like, well, I'm still here and I'd rather not be. I don't think there's any one farm that I would want to stick with. But herbs, like, are always chill. Where do you keep Bruce the Moose so he won't get loose? In a caboose. I've been having kind of a ball lately. Before I record a voiceover for something, I'll, like, look up a bunch of tongue twisters. Not because I think it helps, but just because they're kind of fun. It's a good excuse to do it. And try and rattle them off. And it's always, like, more fun than it sounds. Because, like, if you can do it, then you feel baller. Like, I got a pretty good grip on the Betty Botter Butter one. And then if you can't do it, you're just, like, flailing your mouth. And it's funny. And that's enjoyable, too. I don't get gold on herbs anymore. What game is this? Welcome, Strix. This is World of Warcraft. Battle for Azeroth, although I am on a lower level character at this time, so I'm not doing the end game. It's a fantastical game where you can be your own hero and create a hero of a specific race and class of your choosing. Fight evil. Fight with other people if you want. Pick flowers. What else can you do? Dungeons. You can sail and be, well, you can't really be a pirate. You can go to islands, but you don't get yourself there. You can take boats that other people drive, though. Look at this boat. You can drink. Here, let me get a drink. You can be a spellcaster or a healer or a tank.
Safe travels.
You can have pets. You can collect thousands of them if you prefer. I like that one. If you ask the oldest cat, he will tell you he owns 2 cats, 2 dogs, and humans. Hearthy, and you keep the stone in your purse. You can hearthstone from work. That's the real strats. That's where it's at. Not even just hearthing home from work to poop in peace, although I appreciate the goal. But, just, like, imagine being able to travel. And you only have to buy a ticket out there. And whenever you're ready to go home, you can just, like, go home. Because, like, traveling when you're going to a place, if you're excited about it, like, if you're going to BlizzCon or going on vacation, that's kind of fun. Like, you're at the beginning of your trip, you've got all your energy, you know, you're freshly showered, I hope, and you're, like, ready to go, and you're, like, excited about it on the way. But when you're coming home, that sucks, because you're tired, and you're sick, and you might be hungover, I'm not judging. And you're, and you just want to go home, but, like, it's just home. It's not, sure, it's exciting to get there and, like, have your own bed again, but it's not as exciting as going on a trip. So you, like, still have to do all the gross travel stuff and, like, have security pat you down and, like, not know where your passport is and, you know, all the normal stressful traveling stuff, but it's, like, worse. So if you could just skip that part, I would be super down to just teleport home. Super duper duper down. If you had a horde character, we could do arenas. Yeah, that's the reason why we don't do arenas. The only thing standing in the way of you and I having the same schedule line up so that we can queue arena together. I'm disappointed in you, Hero. I saw your tweet replying to Bellular, telling him that having 2 channels only is being a casual. I thought you would recognize that overworking is not good, and that you should probably stop pushing it on yourself and the world. Although maybe I'm just insecure because I definitely only have 1 channel. The second one is not off the ground. It probably never will be. I mean, I shouldn't say that. Maybe it will be. I don't know. One day there will be a fish vid on there, but I gotta publish my hero collab first. That tweet was a joke. Oldest cat rules the house. Earthy hears drunk driving. True. Also a good point. You could have some parties if everybody could just hearthy home. Could have a WoW pet IRL singing Sunflower. Oh man. My husband hates that Sunflower because like he plays with sound and it sings obviously and you can't really stop it from singing if you play with sound on. So he made the dire mistake of sharing with our guild the fact that he doesn't like the Sunflower. So now people specifically get it out just to irritate him. Level an Alliance tune tomorrow? You should. We can queue. I've heard that it's it's an odd meta right now with the mana reductions, but I'm down. Kitty loves me with extra sprinkles on top today. Oh, that's so cute. Ugh. I love cats. Although I only have this one. This is like I know your guys' cats are great. cats are great, but like this cat, this cat. I have a hard time believing she's not the best one. Hazel, how you doing? Do the blue light glasses help a lot? I find that they do help. I also think, though, that I would have less of a need for them if I didn't also have lights behind me. Like, if I turn my camera around without dropping it, hopefully. Hang on, I'm going to move my mic. But if I grab the camera and I show you guys what I'm looking at, so I got, like, hang on. Oh, yeah, you can see this. I got, like, my monitor over here and the monitor over here. There's a light right there, and there's another light over there. And they're kind of bright. They're kind of aimed right at me, right? So, the glasses also help with that. And I think they are good for blue light from the monitor. But they're extra good, I think, if you're going to be streaming or recording everything where you have lighting coming at you. Hazel, skipping my question on purpose. What did you ask? I don't see it. Senpai noticed me? No, that can't be it. I need a Hearthstone IRL. I don't see it. Third well is breaking. I think my cat is lovelier than yours. No offense to your cat. I'm just glad that we all have cuddly cats. Anyways, I gotta go. 5 o'clock. Thank you guys very much for watching. Big thank you to our new members and our super chats. It means a lot to me. It helps a ton. And I will see you guys on Tuesday. The VoD for the PC building stream will go up over the weekend. I need to actually like sit down and write down a parts list for it. So I will do that this weekend, and the bonus VoD for this one. So thanks, guys.